In this video, I'm going to teach you a really interesting method for using ChatGPT to learn English and practice English from videos on YouTube. If you can get the transcript of a video, which you can do on YouTube, there are a few interesting things you can do then in ChatGPT to take useful information from the video and practice with that. This is, by the way, also useful for teachers who want to build lessons around videos. So I think it's going to be very interesting. If you haven't already, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe. If you have any questions, leave those in the comments. Now, let's get into the video. You may have seen my previous videos about using ChatGPT for different aspects of English learning. Getting feedback and corrections, writing emails, learning words. But what can we get from ChatGPT as a learning resource, as a material that we can use maybe to learn vocabulary or understand a piece of content, for example? So I'd like to share something that I think is actually quite powerful. And it is something that's very easy to do, very quick, which can allow you to turn a video that you watch into a simple outline with bullet points that then you can use for other things, like having discussions, like asking yourself questions about what you watch to make sure you understand, like checking comprehension. There's so many different applications of it, and so I want to show you how to do it because I've been using this as well, okay? So let's take a video, and so I'm going to go over here. This is ChatGPT. If you haven't used it, it's currently free. You can sign up for a plus plan, which is faster and always available. So this is ChatGPT, and you type stuff in the bar. If you haven't seen it, please, you could say, please give me an uncommon English word with a definition and examples. We've talked about this, right? So you can get very interesting results to learn English. Word petrichor. Definition: the earthy smell that accompanies the first rain after a long period of dry weather. Okay. So it's useful for that and a lot of other things. But let's take a video. Let's say we've got a video like this one. This one is from Marques Brownlee. Okay, so you've watched this Marques Brownlee video, and you want to, it's a Galaxy S23 review, right? You've enjoyed it. He's a obviously very good tech reviewer. If you haven't seen, well, what do I need to promote him for, right? He's huge. Got 16 million subscribers. Anyway, he's a great tech reviewer. My favorite, certainly. And you want to check your comprehension, and perhaps you want to save the main points to review later, or you want to turn those main points into maybe a list of key vocabulary, or you want to, for example, have some questions that you can use to ask yourself if you're doing an exercise where you ask yourself discussion questions based on a video. This is very doable with ChatGPT. Here's how it goes. So under the video, you click on these three dots, and you go to Show Transcript, and it pulls up the transcript over here. Okay, now, under the transcript, you can see that the transcript has all of the timestamps associated with it. What you can then do is click on the three buttons above that and select Toggle Timestamps. That is going to turn all of the timestamps off. You then select the whole thing. 6-minute video is not that long. There is a limitation here. ChatGPT cannot handle more than, I think, 12 minutes at a time, approximately, right? More than that, and you have to break it into pieces. Okay, so then we go over to ChatGPT and we give the command, please turn this video transcript, you don't have to say please, but I like to be nice to the robots because I hope they remember me. Please turn this video transcript into a bullet, very important to do bullet point summary. Then you can, if you don't get bullet points, you sometimes have to ask twice. So I just asked twice at the beginning. Be sure to use bullet points. Okay, then a colon and paste it in. Let's see what we get. Summary. Introduction of the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra phone. Bullet point 2. Aesthetic improvements in comparison to the previous version. 3. 2 key upgrades. Chip and cameras. 4. Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 for Galaxy chip, customized and provides efficiency gains and battery life improvements. The next one, no Exynos version. Every S23 Ultra comes with a Qualcomm chip. Now, what is powerful about this, especially if you're taking transcripts from YouTube creators who use official subtitles, is that you know that they're accurate. This is absolutely critical if your goal is to remember specific vocabulary words. So let's say you watch this video, you want to make sure you remember it. Maybe it's an English learning video. You could do the same thing for one of my videos. You might then pick out from this some of the key vocabulary that you want to remember. But you can do other things too. For example, you might say, write 10 discussion questions. And this is useful for teachers, by the way, as well, right? If you're a teacher and if you have an educational video and you have some students who watch this video, the Samsung video is not very educational, but we're just using this as an example. But maybe you want to take, I don't know, my history of the English language video, something like that, educational. Do the bullet points, and then you ask, with the transcript, you ask it to then generate discussion questions. Write 10, I'm going to change this to open discussion questions. Okay, and I'm just going to leave it at that. You don't have to paste the whole thing in again. Number 1, what are your thoughts on the design of the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra? How important is a phone's battery life to you? What does the longer battery life of the S23 Ultra, Does the longer battery life of the S23 Ultra make it it's going too fast. Okay. How does the S23 Ultra compare to the other flagship phones in the market in terms of performance, camera quality, and battery life? How much do you think incremental upgrades to phones matter? Do you feel compelled to upgrade to the latest version of a phone every year? I mean, that's a really, really good question. So let's say you're doing this as personal practice and you're recording yourself. Now you have step 1, you watch the video. Step 2, you get a quick overview, bullet point overview to check your comprehension. Okay, yeah, that's generally what I understand. If your comprehension of the video matches the bullet point summary, then that's a pretty good validation for you that you understood it. Then you want to get the discussion questions and ask yourself those as speaking practice. Record that. By the way, record that using something like Otter so that you have a transcript of yourself speaking, and then paste that into ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT to give you feedback on your speech. So it's such a powerful tool for practice. It's pretty unbelievable, right? And again, for teachers, it's great too, because if you have students, then you've just made a class out of a video. But it's not the lazy way of telling the class, all right, watch this video. No, they watch the video, then you have some questions, some discussion questions. You have a really good conversation, right? So it's quite powerful, okay? What would be, maybe you would say, what are the most important words to remember from this video. See if we can ask it that. Okay, I need more information. I wasn't sure if it was going to answer that one because it's not able to judge that necessarily, but with the summary, you should be able to pick those out because this is a pretty good shortened version of the video summarized into its essential points. So try this out. Play with ChatGPT, push its limitations. And by the way, there are other AI tools always coming out, and more will be coming out in the future, and they'll be more intuitive. But if you're not paying attention to what's possible with new AI tools, you're very likely, I think, to fall behind in a lot of ways. Not fall behind in terms of you don't know what's going on, but hey, a lot of other people are able to do a lot more and work a lot more efficiently because they are using these tools. And when it comes to English learning and English teaching, they're insanely powerful, right? So this is just one way to use ChatGPT. If you come up with other prompts and ideas, I'm always on the lookout for new ways to use these tools. So please do reach out to me and let me know. If you haven't already done so, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe, and also get a free course, Natural English Conversations, in the links in the description.